Hi everybody, welcome back to StoneMagpie. It feels so long since I've done any diamond painting. It has been a little while, so I'm desperate to get back into it. You may already know that I've no release papers on this picture, and if you watched my last WIP and Chat, you know that I talked about ordering some, and yeah, they just never arrived. So I got a refund. Well, honestly, after stomping around a little bit, in a bit of a mood about it, I got a refund and I've had to reorder. So I haven't got any for today. Ah dear, but it's not stopping me because I am so glad to be diamond painting again and saying hello to you all. I hope you're all well, and I hope that you have been able to get some diamond painting done yourselves. Now I'm just going to check this pink wax because it feels a bit dry. I did have a comment on my last WIP and Chat about using this pen more because then you are able to see me place the diamonds better. It does mean that I'll be a bit slower, but I'm willing to give it a go, and we'll see how it goes. If I can't place the diamonds very well with this end, then I will change back, because it's quite important to me to get the placement right on these paintings. Yeah, so what are you all working on? Have any of you finished any projects since I last spoke to you? Please do comment, let me know. I've not done any more since we last spoke, as I say, so oh, it's so nice to be sat here with you all. It's been quite a busy time. As most of you know, I started a new job quite recently, and it's going well. Thank you for asking. I did have a bit of a wobble last week about purchasing. It's something that I've not done before, and yeah, so I had a bit of a wobble, and my boss actually came in and asked if it was okay, and I admitted that I was struggling with it a little bit, and he was lovely, really kind, said that we should do it together. So I went into his office, and I think I'd been overcomplicating it, which I suppose when you start a new job, it's easy to do, isn't it? You get into this sort of, you want to impress, but also sometimes you just need to ask questions. So I'd got all into my head about it. It was a Friday, so I spent the weekend thinking about how to solve the issue, because he did at first say that he would ask the person who was doing it before to continue for a while. But I thought over the weekend, no, because I don't want it to become a bigger block than what it is. I want to face it head on, put on my big girl pants and get through it and learn, so that it wouldn't be a challenge for me going forward, because I know that the job what he's doing is introducing little bits of duties in drips and drabs, so that I can get used to one thing and then move on to the next. So I didn't want this to become a stumbling block. So I went in to see him on the Monday morning and said I'd really rather keep doing it, facing it, learning from it and progressing. So he agreed that I could. He asked me to do it alongside him, which I did, and it was easy peasy, and he simplified it all for me. The bits that I'd been worrying about, he didn't want me to do anyway, and so I felt really good that I had taken it on the chin, admitted that I was struggling and solved the problem. So that was my lesson for last week. If you face things head on, sometimes they're not as bad as what you imagine. So there's my lesson for this week. The big girl pants did help though, so if you are facing any struggles, pull your big girl or big boy pants on and face it. Deal with it, and then we can move on. Right. It was a little bit intimidating though, I have to say, sitting with him at his desk, because he is the MD. Like, okay. But great to acknowledge it though. So yes, I've had a positive week after that, because I felt really good about it, faced it, and yeah. Sometimes when we start these new jobs, it takes a little while, doesn't it, to settle in. And especially if you've known a job inside out and you're really confident with what you do, and you go into work and it's the same, and you know, and then to, after years of doing that, to go back to scratch again, it is something to consider. And luckily they understand that. I guess it's the same with diamond painting. You know, when you've done a few kits and you learn a few tricks, and you get really confident in what you're doing, you think everybody else will know, and sometimes it's not always the case. So if you're new to diamond painting, just remember, no question is a silly question, because we all start somewhere. We've all learnt some tips and tricks along the way, and I am really happy to help anybody that might need it. I've always said I'm not an expert. I've just learnt a few bits and bobs, tried some things out, not tried loads of different accessories or anything like that. And I don't use a sealer, because I know some questions on Facebook tend to be about glues and sealers. Because I frame my pictures, I don't seal them. But I'm happy to try and answer any questions that you have. And likewise, as I say, I don't know everything about everything. And I'm happy to ask other people questions if I don't know either, and we just share our knowledge with each other, and everybody gets on with it. It's a great community for that. And talking about community, I hope that you've gone to my community tab to have a little look about. I posted on there recently about the fact that I had started doing a few little bits of videos that aren't related to diamond painting, but this will always be my obsession, and I will always be bringing diamond painting videos out, I'm sure, because I love it so much. So if anybody was getting a bit worried that I was veering off, then believe you me, I'm sure I'll come back to it, as today. So this end doesn't seem to be too cumbersome. I think I am slightly off line sometimes. I think that one is because I'm a little bit too far away from the canvas, if I'm honest, but I wanted to give you a good view as I was diamond painting, because, you know, it's all about you guys watching. I'm not actually looking at my hand placement while I'm multi-placing. I might have a look as I do the next section, because with the claw it's great because you can see with my hand being quite far away, but with this one it's still quite upright. So I'll make sure I have a little look next time. I'll go on to the capital D, because there's a few of those starting over here. So I'm placing like this. Let me have a look at my camera. Oh, I can't see because of the stand. Oh well, hopefully you can see my placements, because the viewer that commented wanted to see the placement and suggested that I use this not just for the AB. So did you see the video about my new nail kit at all? You might notice I've got my nail polish on again, so I redid that. It did last 2 weeks. My nails seem to grow quite quickly, so I did have some growth at the bottom of my nail here, so my nail varnish started moving up, as it were. But gosh, it was tricky to get off. But it meant that my nails were a lot stronger. I was actually removing staples from stapled documents with my 2 thumbnails, and it just sort of chipped the end of the nail polish by doing that. But if I hadn't had that on, my nails would have all split and cracked and probably would have been down here by now. I am naughty. I really, you know, I use my hands for all sorts of things that, you know, with crafting, I'm not precious with my hands. So just because I had a nice manicure doesn't mean to say I wouldn't take the staples out of my documents with my nails. So yeah, I was impressed. And as you can see, I've done them again. I have got some other colours in that kit, but honestly, there's a brighter pink, but I don't feel like I want a bright pink on yet at this time of year. I think that might be more of a summer colour for me. I know people wear them all the year round, but I like this natural pink colour that I've got on. I've also got sort of a paler pink colour. Again, I think that's more summer for me. And then I've got a dark purpley colour, which is lovely, but it's like an evening colour, I would say. I don't know if I'm a bit old-fashioned in my views with that. So I've kept to this sort of nudie pink. I think I'm going to have a little look for some more colours in the nude sections rather than use the brights at this time of year. But this colour that I'm wearing goes with everything. All of the outfits that I wore this week, it was fine with, so it's a good colour. And no, somebody commented on one of my videos about it saying I'll probably end up like Mrs. Crochet and Coffee with really pointy, amazing nails. But no, I won't. I don't know how I would cope with such long, pointy nails. They are amazing though. So if you've not seen her channel, do tune in, it's great, really good. And you'll see what I mean about her beautiful nails. Right, I've got this section Can I see? No, I still can't see what my placement's like on camera for you. As I move across, I might be able to check, because my camera stand is sort of obscuring the screen. But hopefully you can see okay. Oh, I also did the video of the visual journaling. Did anybody catch that one? And what did you think? Did you like the idea? I am continuing with that, with all my little memories drawn down. I was driving to work during the week, and I drive along sort of what we call in the UK a bypass, which is like a faster road past a town. But it's not like a motorway because it's not got more than one lane. So I drive down the bypass and then I turn off and drive down an old motorway road. So again, it's still only one lane, but I can drive quite fast down there. So because it's quite quiet, I've noticed that there are lots of magpies nesting in the trees between that road and the motorway. So as I'm driving along, I get magpies flying in front of the car. It's amazing. It's so lovely. Makes me smile. It also reminds me of my channel, of course, and then I want to be at home diamond painting, but anyway. As I was saying last time, it's either having money and no time, or having time and no money. So we gotta do what we gotta do. I wonder how Anthea's doing. I haven't heard any comment as I'm recording this from Anthea. I hope you're doing okay, lovely. Anthea broke her arm and had nerve damage and isn't able to diamond paint for a long time. So I'm sending you some love and healing wishes. I mean, there's me talking about not being able to diamond paint. Oh, 6 months. A long time not to be able to do something that you enjoy so much. Be able to see now on the camera. Let me just check. And I put those there. Yeah, it's still quite obscured, isn't it? But never mind. Hopefully you're diamond painting along with me, so you won't mind if you can't see every diamond placement, hopefully. So it was quite warm last week and it suddenly got really cold in the UK. And I was on Facebook this morning and somebody had posted a picture of Northern Lights above the town where I live in Yorkshire. And I'm like, oh, I've got to stay up tonight. Luckily, I'm going out tonight. Yeah, I'm out. Going for a nice meal tonight. And so I should be able to have a look up to the sky as we leave the restaurant and see if I can see the Northern Lights. That would be amazing. I'll make sure I take my phone if I do. And then I could attach a photo for you if it shows up on my camera. Oh, I'd love to see them. And wouldn't it be amazing to see them without having to travel to the North Pole, isn't it, where you see the Northern Lights? I'm sure if you go to the North Pole that you would see them a lot better than in town. Of course, if it's well lit where the restaurant is, then that would cause the Northern Lights not to show as much, wouldn't it? So we might have to wait till we're back in the village where there's less light to have a look. Might even get the telescope out. I don't think we've had our telescope outside since we moved. We were really quite into it at one time. And you know what I'm like about moon? The moon. Love it. Love looking at the moon. So I might have to dig that back out of the garage again. Those 3 in, and I think I might need some more. Ooh. Here's Monty wanting to say hello, wanting to get in on the act. Be pleased to know my shopping has already arrived today, so I don't need to break off this time. Let's try that one again. Yep, we're all set. Tell you what, it does make a difference when your children move out. The shopping list was, well, less than half of what I would get when Ben's home. Right, I think that's all of the days done. Next, shall we do the A's? Let's do those. Oh, I don't need to put that back. A's. Monty, what's the matter? These are quite far away for me to see, so I'm hoping I'm getting them in the right place. Yeah, push that down. So I'm guessing all of your Christmas decorations are all down, and certainly in the swing of the new year, January. Seems ages ago, doesn't it, Christmas? Oh, yes, you must tell me if any of your wishes have come true yet. Hopefully you've all made a wish upon the star on that video. So I'm waiting to hear. Oh, I really hope so. I'm going to be so pleased for you all if they have. So do let me know. And if they haven't, then, you know, there's lots of time this year, because I did say come true in 2022, so mine hasn't yet, and I'm still not giving it away. I'll let you know what it is if it gets to the end of the year and it's still not happened. Because I'll probably have a right whinge about it. But I'll be pleased for you if yours does. I'm sorry if this crinkling is getting on your nerves a little bit. I can't really help it because I need to have it on the canvas to protect the sticky layer from my hand, especially as I've got hand cream on. Hopefully it's not crinkling too much for you. Yes, I was a bit stompy with Amazon when I ordered the release papers and they never turned up. I did stomp around for a little bit. It is annoying, that, isn't it? And they never have turned up. You know, sometimes you think, oh, are they just a bit late? But no, they must have got completely lost or were never sent, one of the two. I mean, the annoying thing about it wasn't just the release papers, but the fact that I'd ordered some new bedding for Ben to move out. So I had some nice new, you know, like a duvet set, etc., for him moving out, and that didn't arrive either. So that was a shame. Anyway, he's fine. He's got some bedding. It's just I wanted some nice new bedding for him. Because it's a big thing, isn't it, when you move out of your home, the family home. Anyway, he's fine. Just me being all mumsy, wanting nice things for him. All right. I mean, to be honest, he can buy his own. But that's not the point, is it? Can you tell that I'm a little bit slower using this diamond pen than usual? Because I really do feel it. I feel a lot more confident with my usual diamond pen, but this is nice to hold. I like the chunkiness of it. It just slows me down a little bit. Do you know what I didn't get? I didn't get a drink before I started. That's not like me, is it? Could just have a lovely gulp of hot tea. So I might have to stop in a minute and get one and then come back to you. I think that's all of the A's. I think so. Good, right. We will do, should we do the dollars or the anchors? Let's do the anchors. I think you can tell the difference between the anchor and the dollar, but you do have to look a little bit more carefully on this because they are so close in colour, and also they're both white on dark, obviously. Oh, my hands are sticking a bit more here. Right. I think I'm going to stop and get a cup of tea, and I'll be back with you in a minute. I'm back. I wasn't long, I promise. Got a lovely cup of tea. It's a bit hot at the moment, but I'm going to try it. Yes, it's very hot. I'll sit it there for a bit. Let's get going. Oh, and I'll tell you what else I got. A bit naughty, but I wanted to talk about it. These pink chocolate. Now, my colleague in the office, I took some of these in for a Friday treat, and she'd never heard of pink chocolate. I couldn't believe it. It's my favourite. I love pink chocolate, and it's like strawberry flavoured. If you've never had it, oh, it's gorgeous. I was amazed that she'd never heard of it. Anyway, so we were sat scoffing our pink chocolate pigs, and do you know what she told me? And it's really cute, and I'd never, ever, ever noticed it before. I'll put 3 on my hand, and if you have a look at them, can you see? One's a sad face, one's a happy face, and one's like a shocked face. You see his mouth there? It's like, oh, hee hee. So I'd never noticed that they have different expressions before. It's so cute. Anyway, I know I've not been talking all of the time, but if I do go suddenly quiet, you'll know that I'm shoving one in my mouth. They are so nice. I recommend them if you want to try and get hold of some. In fact, my mouth's watering. I'm going to have one now. Sharing. I will eat it quickly. Go and get yourself a treat. I'm going to say I need it for the energy. That's my excuse. Need to keep going. Oh my God, they're so lovely. Well, let's face it, when I do a Josephine wall, we get our gummy bears, don't we? And I haven't got any gummy bears with this kit, so pink pigs galore. Oh, so nice. Anyway, as you can tell, I don't do diets or anything like that in January. No, I can't be bothered. I don't make any resolutions. I think if I made a resolution ever, it would have to be something that I'd be happy to give up. And I don't know if that's the point really. So for example, I would say, New Year, I'm giving up ironing. I think I'd be able to stick to that one, but I think it's supposed to be something that's good for you. Well, I suppose it is good for me to give up ironing. But I think it's cheating. A lot of people do dry January, don't they? Which I think is the worst month to do it, to be honest. I suppose it's because Christmas is all about indulgence that people choose not to drink in January. But it's such a long month. I think if I was going to, and I'm not, but if I was, I think I'd do it in February. Because there's only 28 days in February. So you wouldn't be doing it for as long. Not that I drink a lot, I really don't. But I think if I couldn't, I would want it more. Anything in moderation, that's what I say. That is my rule. Anything in moderation. I tell you what, I was on Facebook this week, and you know, I was saying a while ago that I kept getting posts about Keanu Reeves. Oh, I love getting posts about Keanu Reeves. Anyway, sorry, I phased out a bit there. But this one came through. Oh, it was the most gorgeous photograph. And it had one of his sayings underneath it. I can't remember off the top of my head exactly how it was said. I took a photo of it because I was just like, I want to remember this. So I will put the photograph on. And then you can, you know, join in my ha if you want to. It was something like, if you doubt, you don't. If you doubt, oh, I really can't remember, but I thought, yeah, that is so true. Is it, if you doubt, you don't try, and if you don't try, you don't succeed, or something like that? Anyway, I loved it so much, and the picture was gorgeous. So, Keanu, if you're watching, leave me a message. Well, you never know, do you? You never know. I might be manifesting it to happen. I don't quite know what my reaction would be, to be honest, if I happened to see him in the street. I don't know if I would gabble on at him or whether I'd go completely silent and not know what to say. I think it would just be lovely to have a conversation with him. How much conversation he'd get out of me is just a bit unclear. I think I would just stand and stare. Have you ever met any of your... I'm not going to say idols, because he's not an idol of mine. I just think he seems to be a nice person who isn't spoilt by fame and fortune. But that might just be the message that's put out there. I don't know. I can't see him being, you know, as if he thinks he's better than everybody else, because he just doesn't seem to come across like that at all. He seems quite spiritual, so I just think he'd be very interesting to talk to. But have you ever met anybody that you admire, let's put it that way, that you admire, fancy, no, admire, and if you have met somebody, were they a disappointment? Or were they exactly what you thought they would be? That will be a really interesting conversation to have with you. So, yeah, let me know. Mind you, it's whether you'd want to name them on the comments. But anyway, I suppose, could you private message me so that I know who it is that you're talking about when you do? I wouldn't like it if you were like, oh yes, I once met somebody, but I don't want to tell you who. And then I'm like, oh no, who was it? Especially if it was awful. I met Adamant, you know, I think I've talked about it before. I'll say I loved Adamant when I was younger, a lot younger, when he was, you know, really, really in the hit parade, as it were. And I met him in 2010. I was just blown over, but I didn't really have that much of a conversation with him. I did have a kiss. I had a kiss, no talking. Oh dear. What am I like? Anyway, but I can tell you that he smelt really lovely. Dear. I do tell you lots some things, don't I? I think sometimes I forget that anybody can watch these, because, you know, to me you're all friends and it's like sharing stories with friends, and then, you know, anybody could watch. The girl I share an office with, I say girl, she's not a girl, she's a lady, I should say. The lady I share an office with, we have so much in common. It was actually quite frightening when we started talking about, you know, all sorts of different things. We talk a lot, and it's so lovely to share an office with somebody again. And yeah, we are quite similar in our likes and our thoughts, etc. Well, she likes Keanu too, but I've told her that he's mine and she's not allowed. So I have claimed. She is younger than me though, so she's probably got a bit more of a chance. Anyway, yeah, isn't it funny how sometimes you meet people, you've never met anybody, and then you meet and it's just like you're so similar. It's really nice. I mean, spookily so. I can't think of any examples really to give you just yet. If I think of any, I will, that I can talk about, because obviously I don't want to talk about her on my channel if she doesn't want me to, you know, so. It's a long time since I shared an office with somebody. I think that's all of the anchors done. I think the rest are dollar signs. So this is filling in the elephant's body, by the way, if you hadn't realised. I think you can see the tusks here on the camera, the elephant's ear, and now his body. He is a lot darker than I thought he was going to turn out like. We'll do the dollars next. And then hopefully we can get on to some more. I don't know what, I can't remember what the AB symbols are in this, but I seem to have been doing a lot of dark colours on this today. Oh, I can see an anchor there. I might just pop that in while I see it up here. Quite difficult for me to see up here, so I'm going to do those bits and bobs first and then move down a bit. Any more? I think that's all of them up there. That's good. I'll do that bit after. I might actually leave that bit for the next section. This isn't quite black, is it? Let me have a little look. Oh, it's a 939. Yeah, I didn't think it was a 310. I've gone quiet and I'm not eating a pink pig. Concentrating. I watched a film the other night, and it was on Disney Plus, called The Rescue. Oh, wow. It was about, on the news, I'm sure everybody worldwide heard about this, with the Thai boys that were stuck in the cave with their football coach. Well, Disney Plus have got a film with like, it definitely looks like footage from the time it happened, as well as a little bit of filming afterwards, you know, where they reenact it. Oh, what an amazing rescue that was. If you haven't seen that film, I would recommend it. It was incredible. the amount of people involved in that rescue. At the time, I obviously heard it on the news at the time, but I did not realise just what was involved in all of it. It was amazing. I don't want to talk too much about what happened in case you end up watching it. I mean, obviously, you'll know the outcome. But seeing some of the footage, especially when they first got into the chamber where the boys were, oh, amazing. I also didn't realise how long it was either, from the time that they found them to the time that the rescue, well, no, that's wrong. It wasn't when the rescue started, but when they went into the cave to retrieve the boys, it was quite a while, and I didn't realise that at the time. Those boys were incredible to keep up their spirits for so long. Poor, bless them. It's amazing. Really good to watch. Really clever divers. And imagine having a skill like that you do as a hobby for years and years and years, and it is a skill and you're developing it for so long, and it's kind of like it was meant to happen that way, that they've got all of these skills in readiness. Am I looking too deeply into it? But I kind of think there's no such thing as coincidences. I suppose I listen to quite a lot of tarot readings and the such like, and messages in certain things, whatever. I'm quite into all that. So you kind of think, gosh, was it preparing these people, these amazing, brave people, for that moment? I'd like to think so. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, don't you just love a good cup of tea? You can probably see these colours better than me at the moment from afar. Is this giving it any definition? Because it doesn't really look like it is for me at the moment. It's nice, isn't it, when you work on something and you stand back and you actually see. Because it seems very, very dark. I mean, obviously I can see that this bit's dark and then this bit is lighter, but I can't make out what the definition is like. Be interesting. Can see some lifted as well. There we are. As I say, this multiplacer I'm not very used to, and because it's quite thick, I find it quite thick compared. Yes, it is, look. I find sometimes the placements, it's easier with rounds, I have to say. I've tried it with squares and not really got on that well with it. But even with rounds, it's kind of tricky getting them in sometimes. I think it's fine when there's not, it's filling in, whereas here it'll be fine because there's nothing on the edge of the diamonds, if that makes sense. If I'm making sense to you. So here I can put them in, and it's where there's another diamond ahead of it that is harder. And it's probably because I'm not using the whole placer. I am just using parts of it rather than a full length. So that's probably not helping it. For example, like this. And then putting it here. Just throwing one out. Oh no, that was an anchor. Where did that other one go then? Not sure. That might have been it. Okay. Yeah, I think I tend to pick up something I've only just realised at the end of the multiplacer rather than at the front of the multiplacer. Probably because when you look at the drills, if you were picking up at the front, you'd be picking up extras. So I tend to pick up at the back of the multiplacer, but then you're sort of pushing down on a place that's already got diamonds on. So maybe that is the problem. Trying to do it. See, I've got a bit of pink wax in there now. Ah, fiddlesticks. There, that's better. These pink tweezers are brilliant for that. They don't have to be pink. I should say the needle point tweezers are brilliant for that. Getting out the pink wax between the diamonds. Right, da. Yep, that's fine. So I've got a C over here that I want to get in before I miss that out. So it's a little bit camouflaged in that grid. And it's an AB. Oh, lovely. Twinkly. Any more for any more? Oh, I've seen a 0 there. I'm going to quickly pop that in while I've seen it. It's not a 0, it's an O there. I think that's it for C's. Apart from here, I'm going to leave those to do when I do the bed, because I think I might. Why have I got these diamonds all around me here? What are these? Where have they come from? I'll put them in my junk tray. Now they don't look that straight. Let me just have a little fiddle. I don't often do this as much with rounds. Fiddle about as I do squares, but they were just a bit too obvious for me. Okay. Right, let's do ta. Ta. It's like being back at the school using phonics. Ta, ta, ta. Right, I'm going to multiplace what I can and then go back for the little bits not done. I find that easier to do sometimes rather than single place then multiplace. I think I swap about. No fast rules are there, as we know. Just do it as you want to. Although that one's not great there. This is a beautiful colour. Yeah, don't know why, my hand's sticking as well. concentrating. And now I'll go back and do the single ones. Yeah, we're going out to a restaurant tonight. We're going to eat Greek. So, not quite sure what I'll have yet. Don't know. I love moussaka. Is that Greek? I think so. And baklava. I might have to leave enough room for a dessert. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, going out with friends. Haven't seen them for ages, so it'll be nice to catch up. Have a little drink. Yeah, be good. I hope you're doing something nice this evening. I wonder how many of you will be diamond painting this evening. I bet quite a few. Excuse me while I take another drink. Right. I think this is, oh, mind you, this is small. I was going to maybe put these in, but I'm not, because there are some more further down. Let's do the equals. Let's do equals next. I don't know how long this video is now, because I cut off, didn't I, to go and get a cup of tea. So it might be that I do the equals and stop there. We'll see. I'm not promising, because you know what I'm like. I'll suddenly remember that I was urgently going to tell you something that will not wait. So that's happened before, hasn't it, where I've spent a whole hour talking about all sorts of things, and then I'm just like, oh yes, this is what I was meant to be talking about. The one symbol I struggle with in this is these K's. I really have to, you know, concentrate on what they are. I don't know why, because I should know that if I can't see it, it's a K. But, yeah, I tend to find myself squinting my eyes to see it. And I've got my reading glasses on, so... I think this might be adding a bit of definition, is it? Being a lighter blue. Is this adding a bit of outline to our elephant friend? I really want to name him. I don't know what to call him. Something to do with helping or lifting. I don't know. If you can think of a lovely name for our elephant, let me know what you think. Be nice for it to have a name. Right, I think I might do... No, not the K is boring. Boring for you to watch, I mean. Let's do... Because they're so dark. Let's do crosses. Let's do crosses. I think I've done enough dark colours as I started this. Don't want to go back to them while you're watching. We'll do these pale colours, and I did say that I was going to let you go after the equals sign, didn't I? But we'll do these first. Of course, you might have gone ages ago. I'm just presuming that you're still with me throughout. Oh, I do appreciate you staying with me if you're still here. You are a lovely lot. Oops. I'm not sure which order the videos are going to come out because I've got an unboxing to do for a kit that I've had a long time, months. And I don't know why I just didn't unbox it. So I've got that uploaded. So it's either going to be before or after this. So watch out for that if I've not uploaded it yet. And if I have, then I hope you enjoyed it. What else? I can't give too much away. I always have loads of ideas and just not enough time now to implement a lot of what I'm thinking about. So if I talk about it, then, you know, I don't want to give too much away, do I? Right, I'm going to do one more quick colour, which is this tea here. And then I promise you it will be the last one for this time round. And while I do that, let me thank each and every one of you for joining me today. I really hope that you enjoy your own diamond painting. Until next time, take care everyone. Bye for now.